don't know what to do with my coffee. What's good? All right. Am I good? Do we need to turn this way? All right. Let's do that every. It might be. That might need. We might just need to cut that and be a sound. Like, do I need to turn this way? Oh man, this need to pull that closer. Yeah, it's kind of. There we go. All right. Appreciate that. What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games BS, brought to you by Den Media Group, presented by. I might have said yeah, brought to you by them. All right. Yeah, this is at Big Games BS, brought to you by Den Media Group, presented by AlphaMaleJax.com. AlphaMaleJax.com is the go-to website for all the things male related. Male enhancement is a big thing going on in this world right now, and some of y'all just need to have your manhood maximized. It could be. It doesn't necessarily mean your tallywhacker's not working, but it definitely means that you probably could use some energy, some things to check your levels and make sure you are good to go in life, and you're flourishing. So we're also inside of the world famous Goodfellas Cigar Lounge, where we're shut down kind of temporarily, and I'll go into why here very shortly. I'm not going to go into too too much detail, but at the same time, yeah. It's very interesting what happened on my weekend in general is very interesting. My weekends are always very interesting, I guess I should say. But I being a part owner in a cigar lounge or a club, essentially, you it's really everything that you saw in the Wild Wild West movies. Just not quite as bad, but it's pretty rough. It's very late night sometimes, a lot of alcohol, cigar smoke. People are coming to live their best lives. They're coming to forget about what happened during the week, and they want to like just decompress. Yeah, just give them the number for here, and then yeah, decisions that have to get made when your partner's not here, the big boss man's not here, um, all kinds of like interesting things happen. But especially when there's pretty people, beautiful people, alcohol, and liquor involved. And if I were a young man, I would probably do the same exact things as what one of our young bartenders did too. He's living his best life. Living his best. Okay, now we got people here. He was living his best life. And what happened is he got caught up. And we've all been caught up. I, as a young, vibrant individual who was like, he's definitely hasn't hit his 30s yet, so he doesn't need alpha male yet. But one thing I don't do is that you will never see pictures of James Coleman's tallywhacker on social media. And I'm proud of that. I don't send those. I've had nudes sent to me. We got an echo. I've had nudes sent to me. I typically, store them in safekeeping. I've heard about what is it called? Revenge porn laws. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail because I'm mad that some chick is loving the whole crew. But this young lady was upset that my guy was out here spreading his love around and giving girls free drinks and stuff. And I woke up to a tallywhacker on my in my text messages. Just like boom, like I opened it up from my homeboy. Actually, I'll tell you who sent it to me. And he was looking out. He wasn't looking out the way you think. Like, he was looking out, like, he was just like, hey, man, what the hell y'all got going on? And then I click on, so that's the first words I see, or what the hell y'all got going on? And then I open my text message from Cheese, and boom, right there in my face. Wow, why is there a tallywhacker in my phone? And I so we she posted it on the gram. Now, full tr- no homo. I don't know what she was trying to accomplish when she did that because she may have gave my dog some advertising. Like now, more people may want to see that. Luckily, but she tagged the wrong business. So shout out to her. But we have good lawyers, and we're gonna make sure we get our. I'm telling you, women, I'm the wrong one to fuck with. You come with that crazy shit. I'm not finna. I will never put my. Well, I can't say never. I'm not putting my paws on you. I'm going to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. Like we're gonna get your page banned. We're gonna get all of these things happening to you, all because you got mad because you didn't know how to handle community penis. And and sometimes you just gotta take your L's, but that's what people like me have to deal with on a day to day. And nobody feels like just it's just the things that you get handled. But it's still I wouldn't trade it for the world. Outside of I just don't send me a tallywhacker on the phone. Like it's just not a good look. But whatever. That's how my weekend started. Some of y'all, some of the 10% of us probably will be like, man, I would love my weekend to start like that. But for us masculine men who are heterosexual, just not how we want to start our weekend. Now, what could happen, and you can find this out. You can find out if you're dealing with community poom poom or community penis, or you can find you some good community poom poom and community penis at the tailgate of all tailgates. Like that is what we have going on this Sunday. It is fucking game week. All kinds of breakdowns, all kinds of other shit that you're gonna have to be seeing and dealing with. New podcast starting up. Shout out to my boy CJ Wilson. He had Dope Talk, had about almost 200 people live on the show. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I may have been a little jealous. I was one of those, and I'm like, yo, why can't I get some of y'all to actually come and holler at me? But it's all good. My guy had a great show. I did mine with Carter Power, so there's some previews and some breakdowns that we'll show you here after Miles gets his pictures and stuff because we gotta go through the thing. But make sure you still go buy tickets to the world's greatest tailgate. I should have all of the air conditioning and stuff already set up or solidified by this week. So it will be cool. We have 6 days. 6 days. I'm going to probably just go ahead and keep the price at what it is right now. And I will probably increase it the day the day of the event to $80. So we're just over about I think we're about close to 600 tickets sold. Would love to have another 300 to 400 people join us. Go buy tickets, $60, all you can eat, all you can drink. We still have a little bit of parking available. We have youth tickets available. We have a lot 133 Long Street. That's one of those things that I sent you. Um, it's nah, yeah, that one. So I want to show people what Long Street is. So, and this is a great map, a great description right here. So if you're looking at this, it shows you there's that big bright yellow line that goes north to I guess I think that's north south per what we're looking at right now. But you see it's the green area to the left of this picture. That's the Citrus Bowl, right? The little red thing, that's our parking lot on Long Street. That's what the location looks like with the picture there. It is directly almost parallel to, a few over, but where the actual tailgate is. So it's the same depth from the stadium as the tailgate. It's just a little close. It's just down a little bit. It's actually easier to get out and get back to the interstate from there. Now, to the right of that is OBT. It's Orange Blossom Trail. That's a major road. We are on the safe side of OBT. Now, to use a movie, The Lion King, to the left of OBT is the kingdom. It's where it's safe. Lions are free to roam there. To the right of OBT, well, that's the Shadowland. No lion is to ever go over that way. That's the hood. That's the projects. That's where you get your car robbed. The further you go, the further down that way you go. Now, I want people to realize I was looking at the parking. Parking goes for $160 or more going that way. Long Street, we're selling that for 150 to open public. You do not have to have a tailgate ticket to get to Long Street. That's why. So that's why it's not as cheap as parking on the site of the tailgate. I think we got like 3 more of those spots at the tailgate available. So you need to go check that out. I'm just here to service people. I'm really all tired the fuck out of trying to help people out with this tailgates. But if you want to go park in the projects, by all means, I hope you're strapped. But if not, whatever. Do whatever you want to do. So we can go to the next one. That's enough of the tell you. Like right here, this is me. Go back to that one. This is me and my guy, Carter. I'll be on his show Thursday night, 9:15 our time, 8:15 Cajun time. But this is us giving a brief. This is a brief snippet of what we talked about on the show, the LSU FSU breakdown. Please feel free to go check that out. It's a really good hour show. But yeah,
They can't get the job done. That doesn't mean they don't eventually become a really good secondary. I think that they will. It's just when your first game is against Jordan Travis and, some skill guys that will be, Sunday players that'll legitimately play in the NFL for a long time, it's tough. It's going to be a really tough day for that secondary. Now, can they do it? Yeah, they got enough talent. Now, it doesn't mean they can't get the job done.
That's him basically talking about the secondary of LSU, which is one of the big question marks for them. If you want to go listen to the breakdown, I probably will give more on Friday's show, but that's why I recorded this show live, and I need you to at least go click the like button, watch it for a few minutes, give me the likes, give me the views. We're trying to ramp that thing up. So also, really cool thing that I noticed, Miles, one of our goals was to get to 100 members by the end of football season. Well, we're at like 92 members right now. So now, granted, some of that is because guys have been purchasing huge blocks of memberships and giving people their $3.99 memberships, but it doesn't matter how we got there. It just matters that right now we're at 92. So let's keep pushing that. And I learned something from Carter that was pretty cool. So what we'll do is I won't know if we ever I won't know if we get to the 92. I mean, if we get over 100 members in the show. But what we can do is if we get over $100 in super chats, we'll do a free giveaway or something like that. So I know people like to do the super chat. So we got like over $100 in the other super chat. He said if we would have got $222 dollars in the super chat, he would have given away a Deion Sanders bobblehead. But we'll give away some cool shit if we get to the if we get over a certain amount in the super chat. But still trying to get to 3,000 subs. You guys have until I'm giving them until Friday's show to get us to 3,000 subs. And if we get to 3,000 subs, we'll do everything live on that show. We'll give away a pair of tickets, we'll give away $300, and we'll give away the amount of likes. So hopefully, like right now, somebody would have got $6 because that's how many likes that we had for today's show. 22 in the chat. Oh, we got 13 likes. My bad. So there's that. Sporadics. Chris posted that we are Dennis Briggs days away from the game, which is true. 6 days away. And for Friday, we haven't seen you guys. So Friday night, we had a really big game against Fletcher at Mandarin. And, we'll have the story of the season. We'll have that breakdown and that stuff that will be available on our YouTube. So make sure you go and you check that out. I posted a video of a highlight from Jamie French, class of 2025, Alabama commit. We'll have some clips of T.I. Weiss, also Tramel Jones, Florida State commit. But we're having a blackout against Bowles. So if you want to come check the game out, really big. It's going to be like Bowles has some really good athletes. They've got a Division I quarterback commit. They've got a wide receiver that's class of 2026 that I believe everybody wants. That's going to be good. We've got 2 Penn State DBs that they're going. We've also got Drake, who's going to be one of the top safeties in the nation. Lots of tremendous prep talent, good energy, good atmosphere. You're going to want to get there early. My guy, T.I. Weiss, I want to highlight my guys because I fucking can. I had one running back, Westcott, that went for over 60 yards rushing. Tion had 15 carries, 151 yards. He had one catch for 17 yards, and he had a pass that he completed for 45 yards. He was on that last Friday night. He was the best player on the team. I'm telling everybody right now, what I'm not gonna do is give a fucking speech at the banquet for Westcott and Tion. I'm not saying shit. I'm just going up there, said, Westcott and Tion, very good. And I'm walking by. You know why? They're not finna get me, dog. They're not finna get me on camera crying. Like, these two, I really like these two kids. I hope nothing but the best things for these two kids. Before I get into the cool shit I did with NASCAR, we also got week 0, so it's tons of content. So we have the high school content. We will be putting up a lot more prep stuff. I'm partnering with some guys. We're going to cover the prep athletics here on the First Coast. Great atmosphere. But we also have the Gator Bowl stuff, and I got a chance to do something with the Gator Bowl. Make sure you go check out our week 0 Tax Slayer Gator Bowl Drive to Selection show presented by Toyota. And me and Greg McGarity break down some stuff. So if you want to know how bowl games work, that's a good show to check out. It's already up there. We got plenty of shorts breaking down the stuff. And I wanted to talk about my boy Toby, but yeah. No, don't push it. We don't need that one. I want it. We run it. We spending too much time. So click that off. Now we don't need that with Toby. But yeah, I'm gonna highlight my guy. This is my boy. This is my son's godfather. I talk about him a lot. His sole purpose in life outside of coaching football is to help my kids do that white people shit. I like that Hallmark Channel shit. Like, look at that beard. That man, that looks like a man who chops down his own Christmas tree. And he does. He's the one who took me to go chop down my first Christmas tree with my sons, and we did a whole bunch of Hallmark Channel shit. So push that play real quick. I want y'all to listen.
Complain about a win, no matter if it's 1 point or 100 points. It doesn't matter. You don't complain about it. Obviously, we saw some things that we're going to need to correct. Fletcher is fantastic. Their quarterback is amazing. They're well coached. And to beat a team at that caliber, that's big time for us. We're ecstatic about it, and we got a big one next week too.
I'm sure one thing you're also ecstatic about is just the fact that every single part of the team contributed to offense, defense, special teams, a complete win, if you will. That's got to be not necessarily more important, but definitely a big key to victory, right?
It was. I think we measure everything about getting 2% better every day. Our motto is +2. And so how we measure that is not making the same mistakes we made the day before. So last game we made certain mistakes. I don't feel we made those same mistakes this week, which means we got better this week, which is always what we're after.
One of the great things about this game is that everyone talked about, the explosive passing attack on both sides of the ball, but you guys' running attack was clearly looking like, for lack of a better term, Mustangs in the corral. To talk about how impressive your running game was for you tonight.
We have two phenomenal running backs, in Deshard Westcott and Tion Weiss. Both of them are explosive. They would both be starters on any other school, but we're lucky to have both of them. We're ecstatic to have both of them, and it's the greatest feeling in the world.
I'm sorry if y'all don't like this. This is my fucking show. So I'm going to talk about my dog. We're going to coach him up. But that's Toby Bullock. That's why I love him. I'm a really good guy, very humble. Hope we win a state championship this year. Got tons of good athletes. So that's basically that.
Who knows?
Going forward, I'm going to say this, and then we're going to get a little dark, and then we're going to get a little bit happy again. I want to play that, but nah, we ain't got time for that. But RIP to a legend, man. They say life is short, but it's really only short if you never lived it. Like, if you live to be 99 years old, can you really say life is short? I mean, I guess it's a blip in the grand scheme of things. But, like, Bob Barker just passed, and that sucks. Because Bob Barker, like, a lot of us grew up. If you got sick, like, as a kid, this is what was on TV. You had ginger ale, saltine crackers, chicken noodle soup, and your grandmama watching Bob Barker on TV right before she watched her soap operas. This guy was iconic. He was so cool. He was in Happy Gilmore. This man fought in a great war. I mean, it was like when I was listening to them run off his stat, like this man lived. He had a 50-year career in broadcasting, Price is Right was just one of those great shows. Like just I liked it. And he died. He went out on his terms. I just imagine like he grew up in an era where like just I bet it was just crazy. Like the stories he's got probably. But RIP to a legend, Bob Barker. Yeah, sucks. But so we're gonna talk about this. I'm not gonna go into detail on this. I was in Daytona and living my best life. When this happened, but we gotta chill on some of the stuff, man. And what sucked about this in particular is that I'm very good for I get to become really good friends with my sponsors, even when they're no longer my sponsors. And I like Z Farhat. I think I said the name right, Z. Hopefully I didn't make that. And the guys at Green Acre Sporting Goods do it the right way. Like they're not gonna let you get a gun that you don't need. They're always pushing the right stuff. They push education on gun safety, how to use it, and the responsibility for it. And man, when the TK Waters, the sheriff here, was going off and reading off where the gun store where that kid bought the AR, I was like, please don't be Green Acres. Please don't be Green Acres. And it wasn't because I don't think I think they would sell a guy something that they didn't need. It's just I know the how it's gonna sound. And Z is a really, really good guy. But Jacksonville, Florida had tragedy happen. A lone gunman committed a mass shooting and suicide at a Dollar General store on the east side, basically the east side of Jacksonville. Portly fat white fuck. Not all white people, just this one right here. It was a fucking sicko. Wrote a 27-page manifesto. Had been Baker acted when he was 15. A bunch of shit happened, like to where this guy went and just did something, and it was crazy. We've had entirely too many mass shootings. It's too easy. And he went to go with the sole purpose to kill black people, and that's unfortunate. That's sad. My son's other godfather made a statement. Terrence Freeman. Evil has no home in this city. I am thankful for our first responders for their bravery and responding quickly to this disgusting attack in Northwest Jacksonville. Please join me in my solemn prayer for victims and their families. A lot of the politicians went to a guy named Willie, his church, his AME church, talking about healing. I feel bad for Mayor Deegan. She's had, this is a hell of a way to start off your mayoral campaign. But the cool thing is she has an opportunity to be able to enact action and change. And bring the peace and the loving type of stuff that she ran on. So I just, again, it's just sad, man. Yeah, all of that is sad. So long story short, that's what that is. So damn, that was a good point. I gotta bring the beer too from Ology to Orlando. But all that being said, not bump all that. Going into positivity and hype. I went to my first NASCAR event through the Gator Bowl committee. It was great. I learned a lot of things. I'm going back, and I want you guys to understand the membership stuff does have its perks. All in, if any of my all in members would have said they wanted to go, I would have put them on the list with me. We would have came down. We would have experienced this shit together. Well, I'm going back. I'm going to Daytona 500. I didn't realize that I knew a lot of people in NASCAR, but I'm like, right, this guy right here, pretty fucking big deal. This is the next job that I want, not with NASCAR, but I like the title, Chief Revenue Officer. Like, that is a cold ass. I've heard of chief finance officers, but this is the motherfucker who brings in the bread. Guess what school he went to? The Florida State University. So I was happy about that. I got a chance to see my guy Ben Odom, who was a GA at Florida State. When I played, we caught up. And the first thing I was telling all of them is like, yo, I didn't know any of this shit. I want to come back. But very few times have I ever seen somebody And I'm like, yo, who the fuck is that? I can't do his job. I don't know how to do this. So go back to the brother that you just had there, Miles. This brother right here, one, he used to work for Nike. He's fresh, got the shoes. He's the vice president of communications for NASCAR. So one of the things you don't know is NASCAR is probably one of the most diverse events that you would never. They do a terrible, like the rednecks have taken it over, and you believe that it's just a bunch of rednecks, but it's not Daytona at least. And all the people who are their execs is very diverse, young, old, black, white, women. For this guy right here, one, he's really fucking good at his job. I was listening to him and I was just like, yo, I can't do that. He did the thing where, he speaks very well. Like he has the voice, but it didn't feel disingenuous. And it didn't feel like he was putting on because he was in front of people. And he was controlling and dictating the conversation, and it was so much flow in it. Like Miles, you'll see I got some of the audio videotape. Hopefully the audio came through, because I'm gonna be very mad if the audio didn't come through the way it was supposed to come through, because then I'm gonna feel like that camera is trying to force me to buy the microphone that attaches to him, and there ain't shit wrong with the microphone system that I have. But play this right here. He gave me some good advice, and I think you guys can take this advice as well. If you go to when you go to your first NASCAR event, if you're an all-in member, you'll go with me and get all access. All right, my first NASCAR event, brother to brother, he give me some advice on how I should consume it and what should I do.
No doubt. So the first thing is unlearn everything that you know about attending professional sports. This whole place is for you to interact with, walk around, see things, go on the track, explore, right? Security will tell you don't go here because the cars are live or it's not safe or whatever. Besides that, this place is for you to experience, enjoy, and have fun, right?
Notice you got a really good shoe. I have on these J's. I know. Is this a shoe game safe environment, or should I probably just want some on?
So listen, man, it's Daytona is all right. So you should be good. You may have to step lightly in a couple of spots, right? Step over some dirt, right? I almost never do all white. It's tough. And to be honest, I am going to change my shoes when I go down there because I gotta protect them. But I think you'll be all right.
Okay, I wish I'd had your shoe advice before.
Yeah, but you look good though, man, and that's half the battle. You know what I mean? And MJ is probably here, so you may see he'll be down on the track. He'll be in a bit by.
So MJ, if you guys don't know, Bubba Wallace is a driver for MJ, so he might have been there to go rep with Bubba. But like me and my guy was just chopping it up, and I consistently learned that I am a large individual. Did not know, but yeah. So you got to make sure you make sure your sneaker game is safe at Daytona. All in members, you got to be current. You got to be current. You can't just get this out. You can win it, and if your ass not current, your ass not coming with me. But you get to go wherever I go. So we didn't get a chance to go like roam pit road, but when I told them that I wanted to do that, they said you come back down. And so we're gonna come down for Daytona, and it's gonna be lit. Daytona begins the season and it also ends the season. So like, but this one right here was what was dope about NASCAR is I got a chance to see my first live wreck. It is majestic. It is glorious. It is everything. Like whatever you think about NASCAR, you think you know, just you don't. It's all it's more marvelous. It's so loud. The cars are zooming by. A bunch of shit was happening. Oh, why did they? Nah, man, you're good with that. Why did they stop Jim? Oh, they try to hide some of my comments, man. Yeah, they thought they said that, but yeah, definitely. Thomas More said some truth. It was hot as hell. You definitely need to have. I should have worn a hat. Should have worn my hair down and had a hat. Water is important. I didn't do anything about Brian, but I do. Jim says big game racing team coming soon. Boy, I tell you what, your fingers to God's eyes, like because I would love to do that shit, but yeah, it's Eric put, not gonna lie, I'll need to get in on this all in at some point. Only if you want to have unique sports experiences. I can't lie though. I learned a lot of shit and I get a lot of stuff firsthand. But like I'm telling you, if nothing else, like the combine and the draft, you would have had to have been a member for at least 5 months. Because there's gonna be some exclusivity shit. And you're gonna see some people. And the only thing I ask is that you don't act any weirder than I act. So don't embarrass me. And to be honest with you, I'm probably gonna be just as shocked to see some of these people as you are. So like you cool with me as long as you hanging out. But but I saw my first wreck. It was very, very loud. And we got some of the stuff up there, Miles. So just show a couple of the things. And then we'll get into why you guys are here. Not don't show the wreck yet. Show how close the car. Damn, that's right here. So they'll be able to see. So what was wild is like when people get lapped or getting whooped, like it is a solid ass whooping. I want to let them hear how loud it is. That's when how close. Oh my bad. Now you got to go back. So Miles is gonna bring it back, but you'll see how close these guys are. Like 200 miles per hour. It's like a backpack of wild bees. And this is just lap the Coke Zero 400. This is what's wild. Is you got poor little Tink Tink. He's coming up soon. He's very, very far behind people. And that's got to be the start. Not cool at all. But when they're in that pack, at least he didn't have to worry. He definitely wasn't worried about winning, but he definitely did not have to worry about getting in a wreck. And I was unfortunately listening to Chris with sporadic spaces, but somebody named Are You Serious talking about LSU, FSU. The guy got mad at me because I questioned him and he said, "Who are you? Why are you letting some random fan into the spaces?" And Chris educated the guy on I told the guy Google me. But while I was in all of this, I was watching and I was viewing and I didn't have my camera out. So I couldn't get you firsthand account of the wreck. But man, it was the beauty and the violence. So where we're sitting at, I walked down and I signed the finish line. But it's a huge ramp and the incline is so high when where they're coming at us that you don't even really believe that's the track. You think that that's like a sitting area. I just was like, yo, I don't know why anybody would want to sit that close to cars driving that fast, but I guess this is where the poor people sit. But you get to be close to the action. Like I think you could die if you did that. But you'll see the wreck and like people are just kind of flying around. And this happened at lap 96. No, was that yeah. No, that's the second one. The second wreck. This is the first wreck. So this happened at lap 96. And it's interesting. But like when you see it live or in real life. So that's showing the you might have to fast forward it a little bit. Go a little bit more. That's them getting out. Yeah, but it's gonna show. No, it's gonna no. Yeah, right now it's about to show. So now you're seeing it. They're all really, really close, tight together, and somebody kind of slightly loses control. Boom, right there, and then they stop it. Then Big Boss Man said, "Hey, we got to go," because it was like that was lap 96, so it was gonna it took them about 30, 40 minutes to get all of that together, cleaned up, and then they just go right back to racing like nothing happened. We'll now go to the other one, Miles, and then we'll see the scary part. Is this guy flipped? This was in the final lap, And what's intense about this is that so Daytona starts off the season. So the season begins with the 500 and it ends with the 400. And if you win this race, you would have automatically been in the playoff. And there was a bunch of people, depending on where they finished, would depend on where they got in the playoff. But like if you went, there was one spot left. So how they described it was, it's like imagine going to a game 7 of the NBA Finals, and that's what this was. But then, like you're competing so hard that you like almost die.
Push coming now for Harvick. Oh, and around goes a couple guards. Priest
1,
upside
2,
down.
3,
He's
4,
barrel rolling
5, 6,
through
7,
the grass.
8, 9, 10,
Ryan Priest
11, 12, 13.
upside down in the infield.
And then the thing caught on fire. It's like that's their voice, man. They have to. Wow, that man got airborne.
Into the infield air, it just lifts right up off the ground.
Well, you know, wrecks happen so often that they probably are just like they know they're going to be okay. And it's wild because these guys are just getting up and walking away from this. But you learn so much. Again, I'm telling you, we're going to have some. I don't like Brandon Marshall, but I don't like the way Brandon Marshall did it on I Am Athlete. So we're going to do big game on the track or something like that. So I'm going to get some education on this stuff. But as I get educated, you guys get educated. We all get educated. We all have fun. Anyways, big time college football happened this weekend. A lot of mid. We learned that USC can score points, but USC doesn't play this thing called defense. But we also learned that why the Pac-12 is dissolving, and hopefully the ACC either learns their lesson and gets on board, or they're going to dissolve too. You know what happened with USC is a top 10 team. Any of y'all get a chance to watch the game? I sure as hell didn't. You know why? The motherfucker wasn't televised. USC did not have a televised football game. Not even maybe on the West Coast, but they definitely didn't have it to where we could see. The only thing we could do is look at ESPN updates. Very sad. Very, very, very fucking sad. Navy played Notre Dame, I think. Hawaii played Vanderbilt in a stadium that's not even finished. It's just a lot of bullshit that happened, but it was good. It gave us the good feeling because football is back. Well, this weekend we will have all the games. We are going to, again, if you didn't get a chance to sign up for the fantasy league, I feel bad, but we will post the link for the college pick'em league that we will have, and what we will do is we will give $50 to whoever has the best. It was on the Pac-12 network. Oh yeah, no one has that channel, but if what was it say? Oh, we'll have our college pick'em. And if you win, you'll get $50, and we'll probably have a prize winner to whoever gets it all. I'll have the link in the members chat. So remember, you have to be a current member. So imagine winning the pick'em, right? And you didn't pay $3.99. That would suck, right? Like you could get like the $50 could pay for your whole fucking year membership, and you just didn't do what you needed to do. But we will be doing that if you win, and just know I'm trying to win. If there's a tie, it'll roll over to the next week. So we'll just go with that. So, but anyway, so that's what we got. Utah plays Florida. So I'm probably going to try to have my guy David Waters on. We will be discussing Gator football. I'm a fan of college. I may troll, I may do all of this stuff, but I want to break down. I think Gator Dave is one of the best when it comes to breaking down UF content. He's very good at his job. He's not a homer either. But we have Utah's roster for some reason. Maybe you have it up there. I was trying to here it is. They have, I don't know any of these people, but I do know they have a left tackle, a true freshman left tackle starting. And that doesn't bode well for that young man. They have Prince Ukulele or whatever his name is. He's really good, the defensive end at UF. He's very good. They've got a junior left guard, but everybody else is pretty experienced. The thing that's interesting in this depth chart is Cam Rising, who is supposed to be one of the best quarterbacks returning, but he's also coming off of an ACL injury. So I'm very interested and curious to see what he's going to be able to do, as well as At wide receiver, Florida State fans should know there's an or here, but Micah Pittman, he's a senior, played at Florida State last year, was a pretty good key contributor, but he had labrum surgery, not on your shoulder, on your hip. So he shouldn't be able to play right now, but he's been doing all kinds of different things. And the reports have been very, very good about him. You know, they've talked about Micah Pittman. Well, one thing we know Micah Pittman knows how to do is beat the University of Florida. But Rising said, Cam Rising, the quarterback, said Micah Pittman is the closest thing Utah will have to Britton Covey in the punt return game. He's bigger, so he has the ability to do some stuff that Covey didn't do. He says he really misses him, but excited to see what Pittman can do. And that was their return specialist last year. And he's been a full go in camp. I don't know what kind of Wheaties he's been eating, but he's ready to go. So one of the things that they have in Utah that's different than the state of Florida is obviously you have altitude things. So one of the cool thing about playing games in different areas is how do people counteract? Boise State, when they had to play FSU here in Florida, they went and like turned up the heat in their indoor practice facility to like over 100. So they can get used to trying to practice in the heat and the humidity. You see teams actually sometimes go to places for about a week or go there longer so they can get acclimated to either the time change or the altitude. Well, Gators did not adjust their travel schedule onto the account of the altitude being 4,265 feet in Salt Lake City. And Billy Napier's reasoning was he spent extensive time researching the effects of the climate in Utah and included meeting with multiple NFL organizations. Another step UF took to prepare, they purchased a hyperbaric chamber for their football facility. Basically, when they looked at it, it would have taken a week to just get acclimated, and it's better for them just to get in and out. Like it's kind of like it's what I used to say about mat drills. There was no way to get in shape for mat drills. The only way to get in shape for mat drills was to do mat drills. They had their own version of mat drills, but ours was famous. People died. But like, I mean, no, it's not. But it's kind of like you gotta laugh, like Kevin Hart's laughing my pain. It's kind of one of those things, but it's just the only way to get used to it is to get used to it, is to get into it. So, and you got to that's where mental toughness comes in. So, like if they've been doing their right thing, doing their thing, training, they will be fine. They will be good. So, Cam Rising makes the game different, especially if his knee is fine. If his knee isn't fine, then UF should be able to win these games relatively easy. How much was that? Oh, sweet. All right. We'll get into again. I'm gonna get Gator Dave on. We'll do more of a breakdown. Is there any? Oh, but let's play. I like this Billy Napier sound right here that I found. He's confident into the season. I think there's a lot of Gators that are a little bit more optimistic. Shout out to my guy Blake. Blake was one of the ones out the gate who was optimistic, but Gator fans are like really feeling like this could be a better year than what many have given them credit for, and this could help springboard them into still having great recruiting classes and stuff like that. But how does Billy Napier feel about this?
We got a lot of players that are in year two, and I think we have a lot of players that are very capable of making an impact at this level. I don't think people quite know what I know yet. We got a lot of players that are in year two, and I think we have a lot of players that are very capable of making an impact at this level. I don't think people quite know what I know yet.
So, I mean, you coach him, and we'll go into a schedule breakdown with Gator Dave. Any guys that y'all really like that could really that could do it? That y'all feel, because like I want confidence, and like I said, that's why I like dealing with Carter with LSU. But I don't want homerism. I want to feel like we're having a genuine discussion about real football, like real life, like not some bullshit. So, but if there's somebody that you guys think on the UM side that's pretty good, let me know. Again, I want to take a moment to tell everybody to jam that like button, please. Check it out for the show. Helps the algorithm. Please share this. Talk to people about this. All those good things. One thing that we've got to do, and it's been crazy the amount of wildness that's been happening around football games, in particular youth football games. I'm not sure it's ever been this level of craziness. You can show the first one, the first video that you had. First and foremost, let's stop. Not that one. It was the kids walking. Yeah, first and foremost, let's stop this shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of like shout out to Nardo Wick, Jacksonville kid, but let's stop having our kids like do these weird interests. Like whatever happened to just walking out in the old school pad shit, like where they go do like stuff like that, beating on the pads, call and response, things like that. Whatever happened to the simple stuff? Like we on one hand, we talk about how tragic things that happened earlier are. And then a few weeks ago, we had there was a shooting on the highway of a local rapper. I don't know what his name was, and then somebody shot up a Pop Warner clinic, Pop Warner Park. We're bringing, and don't get me wrong, I like the hood guys coming back and giving back to the community. But like we got to kind of leave that hood element out of it a little bit, because this is supposed to be where it's safe, the safe space. Like, but I don't like this. This could be me being an old curmudgeon and doing too much. But these are like, this got to be 8U football. So these are all kids under 8 years old. Why are we walking out to music like this? Why are we over here trying to be something that we're not? And so here's what I mean by that.
Put them down guns up, fuck that. Say big brother, bring on guns out. Wanna smoke, we get the spin on while the sun out. I ain't never lacking, I pump gas with my gun out. Scream out what's happening to get the bus until it run out. All these niggas hiding like what they got, it ain't no fun out. 7 feet too big as hell to knock a nigga lungs out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick it, go, get on floor. 5, 6, 7, 8, eat your face. 9, 10, 11.
Like the coach got the boom box and they just just go play some fucking football, man. All the theatrics, that's not scaring anybody, that's not doing anything. Like just get out here and play. And then what happens is this is a direct reflection and attitude of how the kids are raised. One of the things that always happens, and Miles maybe notice it, and this is me just being, again, nobody can say I'm not consistent. I hate when people, like, something bad happens to a kid, like, or somebody gets arrested or something. I just can't believe he was nothing like that. Or I don't know where he got that from. And then you look at the parents and you're like, man, we know exactly where the fuck he got that from. Mama always, nah, you ain't gonna talk to me like that. Talking to the person who's making minimum wage at Checkers because they messed up your order. Like, of course you know where the fuck that kid got that shit from, the behavior problems. We as adults got to do better. I mean, we can't just put this on the kids. And the reason why, now, granted, I'm going to be honest with you, because it's his content, I'm going to use this. It's going to be one of my hit them with the hymns. But I've never seen the bitch get hit like this. And like, it goes to my thing. I think women hate each other. But no, not that one. That won't be hit them with the hymns. But like, nope. This one right here. And because again, so really it's permeating on every aspect of this. I don't know what happened. I don't know what got said to this chick. All I know is she really did not like the energy in which was brought to her. So if you can pay, I think zoom in, we can't zoom in, but pay attention to the lady in the burnt orange with the that's on her phone currently. Like move the arrow up. It's closer to, yeah, right there. So I think that's who we're paying attention to. She clearly is not happy with what somebody said. And she laid the power of hands on this woman needing some guidance in her life.
Wow.
We just gotta let that roll again. And what's amazing is how much ease. She came talking and she went back. She did not stop what she was doing. It is amazing. Bomb. Like if you you probably should not talk to a woman that's built like a guard. Like, it's just like like again, I always think of the Thugnificent thing on Boondocks. And I started thinking to myself, damn, what did she do to make that woman that mad? Like, it was like real quick. Like, she just dismissed her. But again, two people were wrong. Don't know why this lady decided that she needed to get up in her face and speak in the manner in which she spoke to that lady. Don't know why that lady decided to just lay the smacking down on her. But it was definitely FOFA. It was fuck around and find out. But now it's just there's two adults who probably have to be escorted out of the premises, probably there to support a kid that they like, or that's why you're there. You got to remember why you're there. One thing that adults in this generation have failed to realize that it's not about you. Nobody came to see you, Otis. They came to see the kids. Like, Thomas More put a great. It's just I want to interview that lady. The way she multitasked, she doesn't break stride. Like, she's just like, hey girl, you never know. This bitch over here just wilding, talking trash and shit. She ain't gonna come over here and do nothing. But man, you know what I'm saying? This bitch knows she better not try me. She know she don't know where I'm from. I'm from the rolling 60s, bitch. We over here, we fuck dwarves in the ass over here. Like, she better not ever mess with me. Oh, wait a minute, she coming. Yeah, girl, I had to get that. Yeah, girl, she on the ground. Now she looking up, she's screaming, she's concussed. She fell on the back of her head. I don't even know what happened. Like, now I go, let me call you back, girl. The police over here. Like, that's just like basically just so smooth, but so unnecessary at the same time. But again, it's not about you. You fucking up the atmosphere for the yeets. Not lastly, because there's another thing, because I am a coach. Do I want to talk about these? Because no, we're gonna get on the coach one later, because that's my hate o'clock. I'm all for MFTK, but let's go to the other one. Y'all got to stop this shooting shit at these games, man. Like, for a myriad of reasons. And why, James? Why do they need to stop shooting? Well, because you shouldn't. It's kind of like this. One of my favorite rappers is Notorious B.I.G. Great song, Big Papa. I love it when you call me Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player. I love it when you call me Big Papa. To the honeys making money playing fellas like dummies. I love it when you call me Big Papa. Does anybody know what happens, what was said after that? If you know, please type in the comments what's said after that. I'm going to tell you, but it's not necessarily the next verse, the next bar. You got a gun up in your waist. Please don't shoot up the place. And the most existential question that has ever been asked in hip hop. Like, it wasn't a hard ask. The man just said, hey, if you got a gun up in your waist, please don't shoot up the place. And what did the guy who was puffy, what did he ask? He didn't say, you know what? Fair, bro. Like, just who goes around just thinking this? And that's the problem, is when I see people make movies and I see people make rap songs, I know that there are people really walking this planet that think like this. You got a gun up in your waist. Please don't shoot up the place. Why? Like, really? That's the thing that you thought about? I got to explain why you shouldn't shoot up the place. And what's worse is Biggie's response. I see some ladies tonight that should be having my baby. Not because we're good people. You got a gun up in your waist. Please don't shoot up the place. Why? Because we're at a fucking high school football game. And in Oklahoma, and it's happened, both happened in Jacksonville, happened in Tallahassee, it's happened in Miami, it's happened everywhere. These kids are just trying to play a game, and people decided they want to go be the person in Biggie's song. And it's a couple of reasons. My mom's is looking for it's a couple of reasons why, as a coach, I don't want this shit happening. It happened a few years ago, like it was really bad in Jacksonville. This one. Yeah. And they shot up a game, and everybody in the county had to be held accountable for this one school. So they were playing games at 3:30 in the fucking afternoon. And then they'll make rules to where only high school kids, the only kids on campus could come. Then there's another, like, I remember coaching in a game where there was a fight that happened in the stands, and the athletic director kicked everybody out the stands, and we literally played a game with no players. I mean, with no fans, just players. Like it was COVID protocols before COVID. Not very, but well, this is the only thing. So the AD was just like, you don't send people to their cars in Jacksonville when they're fighting. Like it's safer to just apprehend the people who are fighting than to send them to their cars. Because when you send them to the cars, more than like a good old Negro saying is, I'm gonna pop the trunk or wait till I get to my car and come back. Actually, I just thought about it. It's a funny what do you call it? Consonant community joke that one of my friends has about. It really happened to him. He was taking pictures of a restaurant, and there happened to be a transmission that was over in that area, and just looked like he was taking pictures of the transmission. And they came over to him, and I think I used the right terminology, but they came over to him and said, were you taking pictures of me? And he was like, no, I was taking pictures of this to show my brother. And he said, you know what? Fuck it. What if I was? He said, what the fuck? What if I was? Like, what the fuck are you gonna do? And you know what the transmission said? I'm gonna come. He's like, it kept talking and just blah blah blah. He's like, I ain't got no problem with you. Like, I just was taking pictures to show my brother this is where we want to have lunch. And he kept going on and said, you know what? You better be gone when I come back, because I'm going to go get what I got, and I'm coming back. And all the people was like, even one of the other transmissions came out that was serving him and tried to say, like, man, nah, ain't nothing wrong. Like he ain't say shit to me. I'm gay than a motherfucker. Right. And he done gave me a good tip. And then they came back and said, hey man, you might want to leave because this is Atlanta. And the transmissions may spin the block, and we don't want to die because somebody felt they needed to be offended. But anyways, going back to what I was saying, you know what? Till Dog, you got a very good point. You're not? Yeah, I'm on the YouTube. Till Dog Till Dog just put, like, we could just at the Pop Warner games or at the football game, you got a gun up in your waist, please don't shoot up the place. Wow. Cause I see some single mamas that should be having my baby, man. One thing I tell you, boy, them mamas be choosing, boy. We got some talent at Mandarin. It is like a couple of them got a whole basketball in they tights. And y'all got mamas, like, listen, I'm telling you, y'all gotta realize that y'all have sons. And I'm let's talk about this first. So we got the situation here, and unfortunately a young man died that was on the field, passed. And one thing I want to educate people on is when you hear gunshots, it is not time to stay vertical and run. It is time. It's basically the same rules that apply to if you're caught on fire that we learned in the 80s and 90s. Your best bet is to stop, drop, and roll. Well, maybe not roll, but you need to do what DMX says: stop, drop, and if you have something on you, then you open up shop. But unfortunately, these young men were in the middle of a game, and their game got not only did their game get canceled after this, their lives have been impacted and changed. So They hear the shooting. Everybody does their natural reaction.
No idea what's
Except for the referees.
What is going on?
If you go back, the referees are strangely calm.
What's happening? I have no idea what's happening.
No,
What is going on?
no, the referees get paid $50 a game. Like, you're not Popo.
Oh my goodness.
I know they like to act like that, but like, bro, you need to get the hell out of there. You got a real family to take care of, bro. But it's unfortunate. We got to stop doing things like this. And bigger than that, we have coaches who have lost their mind. Now, I will say this. I had some good, tough coaches. I had a coach, and I've spoke about him before. Saved my life. Joe Nixon. Joe Nixon literally is one of the reasons why you see me here to this day. I remember Joe Nixon coming up to me, jacking me up in the middle of all my friends, telling me that these boys are the reason why I wear condoms. You have a chance, you could be something in your life. Like, you need to not be a joker. And he had this thing where he jokingly did, like, if you made a mistake, it was called Chester back. And he would hit you in your chest or he hit you in your back. You had to pick, though. And it wasn't like a hard punch. Like, he wasn't like literally trying to hurt you. It was just like it's like a little thump. And most of the time it will be in your pads. I have watched Year of the Bull. I've seen coaches fight. I tell my kids all the time, I don't need this stipend. If you want to bump, just let me know. We can bump, and just bring your daddy in them too. And so that we can go ahead and get everybody knocked the fuck out in one fell swoop. Don't need no accidents. Being a coach comes with too much responsibility and too little pay. That's why, guys like Till Dog have a very good point. A lot of these guys get their payment from the mamas. And yes, Raymond, you are missing out on these games. What's my guy said? I don't know if it's different everywhere, but here moms come out in yoga pants and sports bras to their kids' games. Yes, it is like that. Inner city parks, mama's trying to get chose. One of the craziest things that I hear a lot of women say all the time is mama got to live too. And I'm like, mama, I don't think having an OnlyFans and fucking the JV Pop Warner coach is you living your best life. But you know what? No judgment. Live your life. But I think we give too much to some of these coaches. And I do know this. My son plays for a really good organization. It took a lot for me to let my son play for this organization. And one thing that everybody in that organization knows is that the elevator don't always go all the way up to the top with me. And if this ever happened to my son, I've told them, when I see like all of this stuff from some of these other programs that the kids like trust and believe, I'm going on that field and best believe I'm going to get my money's worth on my bail. I am the type of guy that if I get arrested for a very good reason, I will smile in my mugshot. Because I know I'm going to enjoy these bologna sandwiches that they're going to give me. I earned that one. But if you play this, do you have the link? We can click on the link. So there was a coach in the Atlanta area that decided that he wanted to put pause on a young man that he was coaching. And I saw this from one of my friends who I know is batshit crazy, but I know he's not crazy enough to do any of these things. And it's given a really bad look to the coaching profession, in particular black male mentors. And what happened was he punched the kid. And he is now he's been arrested, and I don't think that's enough. But Benjamin E. Mays High School, he punched the kid in the stomach, and then the kid goes backwards and then doubles over. It happened in the first quarter of the high school's game against Douglas County High School in Atlanta. The coach will be charged with simple battery and will also face administrative charges from the district. They say the coach, who should be identified, is a volunteer coach and not a classroom instructor. He has been removed from his coaching duties according to the district. There's also just a bunch of other pictures and things that were that kind of went for they got that went with the incident of this school doing some other shit. But like, is this showing? All right, because this is the clip right here, and like, we delete out of everything. Oh yeah, we're still here on that. So, oh, my bad. We're trying to show the video, but while we're waiting on that, my man Angelo said, James, you got to talk about how you gonna make these LSU fans have to hush their mouth come Thursday night when you tell them how bad FSU gonna whoop that ass on Sunday night. I am not going to be confrontational on Carter's show unless confrontation is brought to me. That's the difference between being a grown man. But here's the video so that you guys can know that I'm not making this up about said coach. So go ahead, push that. Oh, they're getting their ass whooped too. Oh. See, the crazy thing about this is how I know this is a good kid. The kid did absolutely nothing. My son will be trained, James Coleman Jr. or the second. Like, go ahead, push play real quick, Ma. The minute that happens, I am in a position of leverage. I am coming up with a tiger left uppercut right up on the chin of that coach. We both going to jail that night. Neither one of us will be at that high school again. And what the beautiful thing about the hood that I came from, they all came to my games. Like, we would have been in there. It's one thing to have respect and admiration for the adults that do stuff for you and that mentor you. It's another thing to allow them to take advantage of you. And me as a father, I would have definitely had to come down and have a conversation with Fist with this guy. Probably I would probably have to unchamber my weapon. I mean, not unchamber, excuse me. I would have to definitely release the clip, and I'd probably pistol whip him. But this is just unacceptable on any measure unless the kid is trying to attack you, but there's better ways to coach. I don't understand that. But one of the things that I will say, and to finish off with people, we have to behave better at games. We have to also understand protocols. The NFL has rules, colleges have rules, high school have rules, but there's also one of the beautiful things about, and I was explaining to somebody this about NASCAR, is that a lot of people go to the same areas. They sit there, you get to know the people in your area, you create a bond. Well, what happens when you're winning? You get new fans that start to come into new areas, and the Jacksonville Jaguars are good. They have some new season ticket holders, and people are buying tickets in areas where they don't normally go. Newcomers called the police on a big time Jaguar. I'll just say he's a media member. I don't even want to disrespect Eric Dunn by calling him a fan, but he's one of the guys with the Bowl City Brigade. He's all these different things. Tons of great energy. They throw a fucking amazing tailgate. It made all my tailgates look like pure shit. Like, these guys get after it. And it's because he was standing. They called the police on him because he was standing in section 124. On the ticket, it shows the rules that standing is encouraged in that section. The officers left and walked up the ramp. And this is new people coming up. So there's the rules that are official, but then there's the unofficial rules, because most of the people in that section have been sitting there for years. But I want to play, if you don't mind, Miles, play Eric's account of the situation, and I can understand why he's a little agitated, especially being he's a large black man.
Man, I got to vent real quick, bruh. So we're in section 124. That's the north end zone seats. the tickets say standing encouraged. We've been in these seats since like fucking 2017. Motherfuckers been in them seats before that. Before I even had a season tickets. And there's this woman behind us who asked me to sit. And I told her, I was like, no, I'm not going to sit. These tickets say standing encouraged. So I moved over to the left a little bit so she could see, because there were plenty of other people standing with me, but she specifically told me to sit. And I was like, I'm not sitting. I told her the deal. And I moved over to the left. And I was like, is this good for you? And she was like, I asked you nicely. And I said, I told you nicely. And I moved over to the left. I said, is this good for you? She said, yeah, that's good. So boom. Next thing you know, a couple drives later, the fucking cops are in our section. Just like goddamn FAU when I blew the goddamn whistle. This is a motherfucking flashback to 2015. Motherfucking cops at my goddamn section. It's fucking NFL preseason, bro. Why the fuck are cops at our section? Because we standing up in the standing encouraged section. But that pisses me the fuck off, man. We buy tickets. We buy season tickets for this shit, man. This billion-dollar fucking franchise we buying season tickets for, and they want to tell us to sit the fuck down. That's some bullshit. Know your fucking rules, man. We in the motherfucking section that tells me to stand the fuck up. So I'm going to stand the fuck up, bro. This some bullshit, man. Quit bullshitting with us. Quit playing with me, man.
All right. I think we get the point. Nothing can ruin your sports experience like a Karen. And like at the end of the day, like why are you here? There is a wine and cheese section of the Jaguar Stadium. There's I think it used to be called the Assure Club, or that's not where I'm. Where am I looking? It's actually Miles. You and Trey got to go. That's the wine and cheese section. You can go inside, watch the games on the TV. You don't have to worry about people standing up. It's just money, 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 money. But there is the place where that's why I call it Gen Pop. When you're in Gen Pop, you got to know how to roll with Gen Pop. It's kind of like when it was like Last Holiday or some shit like that, where her love interest was LL Cool J. And this is before Queen Latifah got skinny again. You know, everybody goes through big phases, skinny phases. So Queen was in this, she thought she had like some kind of cancer or something. The doctor read the note. So she cashed out her retirement and all this other shit and decided to like go to this nice restaurant that she's always wanted to go to and these things. She's on a flight and she's sitting in coach. And the guy is getting mad at her and he's bumping elbows with her and doing all this other stuff. Or he tries to lower it, put his seat back, and she does the thing where you put your knees in the back of their seat. Because people be just putting their seat backs. When I sit in Gym Pop, I realize this. People are they don't even politely ask you if it's okay. They just do it. And I put my knee right in the middle of your motherfucking back if you just do that shit to me without asking me. Please be polite. And the lady said, well, you could just go first class. Like, that's what this entails. You like basically talk to her like she was a poor. And she said, well, how much is first class? Is there any first class seats? And she said the price. She said, well, bet. I'll pay it. And this is what she went. So, Karen, that's what you need to do. You got to go and bump up to the wine and cheese section or just shut the fuck up. Like, it's really a very simple solution in all of this. But the problem is that people want to enjoy the luxuries that come with the game without understanding that there's a reason why people go to games. They go to let loose. They go to drink. They go to have a good time. And I think she lost that part right there. Somebody put sports for youth have got a bit out of control in recent years. It is a game, and most players will not play in college. Very true. Yeah, I ain't holding hands back if you touch my kid. Amen. Amen and amen again on that. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Make sure you take a break real quick. Go push the like button. Let's continue to grow the channel. Loving the energy, loving you guys coming out, hanging out with me and chopping it up with me. Right now, we are at 2,721 subs. I have no idea how many members we have, but would love to be able to get to over 100 members or even more by the time as football season is growing. We will just remember, I will be dropping in the members section a link to be able to participate in the college pick'em. We will do weekly winners and things of that nature. So we will have our week 1 winners. We'll announce those on the show. If it's a bunch of ties, we will just carry that over into the next week. If we get to 3,000 subs by Friday's show, I will give away a pair of tickets still to the FSU LSU game. So we'll push it back a little bit further, a little bit later. We'll also give away the $300. We will also give away the total amount of likes for that show. So like right now we have showing me. Let me go refresh this bad boy. Right now we have 43 watching. We have 36 likes. Somebody would have got $36. I need everybody to we will be hit with a hurricane, possibly a Cat 3 hurricane. So guys, make sure you're taking care of yourselves and staying safe. So that means we probably will shoot the show from the crib on Wednesday. More than likely. The tickets are still on sale for the tailgate. And just so everybody knows, we will be having a block party the night before the tailgate. There will be ticket bands on the website for you to be able to purchase a band so that you can have a beverage. If not, there will be vendors, there'll be a DJ, there will be a band named That's Pressure. And That's Pressure is awesome. And they're going to rock it out, and it'll be fun and safe environment. It's a covered area, so rain, sleet, hail, or snow, we will be able to have the tailgate. The block party is free. You don't have to pay for anything. It's just certain things. You just have to pay for your cups. But I would like for everybody to stay safe. Do not. I get it. I'm a Floridian through and through. If you got to make sure you take care of your dead trees, your dead limbs and stuff like that. That's the stuff that can really fuck you up in this hurricane. Get your tires changed. Make sure you got some gas just in case you got to get out of places. I don't want to lose. I'm trying to get to 3,000 subs. I don't need to lose any subs. So make sure you guys are taking care of each other. And on that note, I appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me. We will see you guys on Wednesday. And I'll probably have some new content coming out, but check out the channel. Tons of content being released.